What's up guys, Larry Chen here. Welcome to another episode of Hoonigan Autofocus. I'm here with my buddy JT and he brought out his beautiful Hakosuka for us to shoot. Thank you so much for bringing this out. I absolutely love this. We've had a chance to shoot a bunch of your cars. We shot your white Hakosuka, it's right-hand drive and it's kind of like a JDM inspired build. And then we actually shot one of my favorite car features, owner's type Willys Jeep. What year is that one?
It's a 46.
Right, but that's such a weird and interesting car and I had a really good time featuring that. Today we're featuring his most recent SEMA build. Tell me about this car. What year is this?
It's a 72 Skyline that I bought it for my friend Carlos. He trusted me to build it. This thing is different. It's built from the ground up, from single bolt to all the suspension.
This thing is absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to shoot it, but also it was really cool to see it at the show floor at SEMA. The first time I saw it in your backyard. And it was one of those things where I couldn't believe that you were building a car like that in your backyard with only maybe what, 2 months left to go?
Yes, and everybody doesn't want to believe it's gonna finish at the right time.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the whole community kind of chipped in and helped you out.
A lot of people helped me
right
the last minute.
It's just one of those things where it's really kind of hard to convey, but when I say that JT built it in his backyard, it really was in his backyard to the point where you even had to kind of excavate it to get out, right? Like you had to build some kind of ramps to get it out of there?
Yeah, I have to get the bricks and everything to bring the car out. It's my port car that I've been building in the backyard. It's a good feeling when you build something.
And so what about the motor? It's a 2JZ. Where did you get the motor?
Came from JDM, California. It has his personal engine. It was good running, no problem. Until now, I did not change the oil.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just put it in?
Yes.
Yeah. This is such a good story, and this is pretty much the first time you've really driven it on the road, huh?
Yeah, this is the first time, and I like it. I like the handling. I'm happy.
I always make fun of SEMA cars that a lot of SEMA cars don't run. This one actually runs. Who designed the livery and the look?
The livery designed by Jeb Shire. J Garage did the livery for me.
You got the motor. Is it pretty much it's pretty much stock?
Pretty much stock. The headers came from horsepower industry, and I did all the piping. Heliarc Arc did most of the weldings for this exhaust and intake.
It looks cool. I love it. Tell me about the wheels.
The wheels came from a Colin project, and it's 14 by 9.5 all around.
Of course, on Toyo tires.
Of course, it's a Toyo tires, 888s. It's a 225/50 14s all the way around.
It's just there's just so much about it. I mean, now this is your second Hakosuka. What made you want to do it this way? Why is it left-hand drive?
I make it a left-hand drive because I want to be different, like the Jeep, because I have a right-hand drive already, so I want to make a left-hand drive. So
the craziest thing about this car is the suspension in the rear. You have the cantilever setup,
yes.
But you're saying kind of on the way up here, you know it works because you can literally look in the back and you can see
it moving.
Yeah, you see it moving. Is that weird to be able to see the suspension from inside?
Yes, I just want to make it different. The other thing is it has no room underneath, because it's the Hakosuka's subframe. It's a different than the S13 design, so I have to remake it and everything to make it work.
Right. So not only is it low, it also has a lot of travel because of this.
Yes, and you can control it with too many things on the bottom and the top and the coilover too.
Oh, that's so cool. Tell us a little bit about the interior here.
Okay, the interior came from Sabon Carbon, the carbon seat, and Takata Racing seat belt.
I can kind of recognize some of the parts in here. Like, I think the steering column is a Z one, right?
Yes, it came from 240Z.
Yeah, and then what about the dash? Like, obviously
the dash,
there was never a left-hand drive.
Made by my friend Moonlight Runner, and he did most of my body work for the car.
He cut up a dash to kind of create a left-hand drive dash?
Yeah, my old one we converted to left-hand drive.
So what do you expect in terms of horsepower? What do you think it's making right now? It sounds pretty good.
My friend horsepower industry told me it can make up to 450 to 500 horsepower with a stock motor.
The way it's set up right here.
The way it's set up right now. But
So what other little parts, like what steering rack is it?
okay, the steering rack came from Toyota Starlet.
This is such a mishmash of parts, and this is kind of one of the reasons why I really love your builds. It's so many different parts put together to create this car, right? You just kind of have to be very creative in that way. So you have S13 subframe, S13 diff, Toyota Starlet steering rack, and a 240Z steering column. You have a Toyota Supra motor, obviously, and an IS300 transmission. Okay, and then what else? You have a Honda Civic coilovers and a
280ZX strut.
What else is left? I mean, there's just so many other car parts on this to make this car.
I use the engine mount from 240Z to 2JZ. I have to fabricate it to make it work. And shout out to Dennis who painted the car for the last minute.
Dennis is so talented and he builds some amazing cars. I've had a chance to check out many of his cars. Of course, he kind of put his touch on it. It looks really good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Very cool. That is awesome. Wow, thank you so much for bringing it out. It's just so crazy how many different parts are on here. Well, thank you so much for bringing it out. It's an awesome car. I love it so much. I cannot wait to go cruising with you in my 240Z. I think it'll be a good time for sure. And that's a wrap. All right. Oh my God, this is scary. Oh, this is so good. This is gold. Oh my God, the tire's right here. Oh my God, I'm scared. This canyon is insane. This is probably one of the craziest things that we've ever done. I'm like doing these acrobatics and shit. Dude, this looks like Japan right here. Look at it. This is so crazy. This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever done. We're doing this? Are you good, Larry? Yeah, I'm good. Don't kill me. No, I'm gonna do my best not to kill you. I'm getting photographic evidence of it all. This is great. Wow. Holy shit. Wow. A lot of fun. That was great.